Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. 3 schools throughout Wisconsin faced 3 different threats, all within a single day. The Appleton, Elkhorn, and Sheboygan area school districts reported threats that were handled by their local police departments. Both the Sheboygan and Appleton school faced threats via social media. Sheboygan experienced a soft lockdown that ended around 1 p.m., and Appleton deployed additional school resource officers after a vague threat was made on Snapchat. The Elkhorn area school district received a tip from a threat from the Wauwatosa Police Department, but after they provided additional patrols, the threat was revealed to be not credible. All 3 incidents are still under investigation. According to the Marquette University Law School poll, Vice President Kamala Harris now leads in the polls for registered Wisconsin voters. Harris is ahead at 52% to former President Donald Trump's 48%. Marquette pollster Charles Franklin estimates about 6% of Wisconsinites remain undecided. In the local race, among registered voters, U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin leads 52% to 42% to Eric Hovde. The poll focused on several issues, including economy, immigration, and abortion policy. You can read the rest of the results on their website. The second annual 414 Trust Kickball Tournament is scheduled for this evening. The event, hosted by the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office, is an initiative to help build a better relationship between the community and first responders. Several teams of kids will compete on a team, coached by police officers and other local officials, first responders, deputy sheriffs, and more. The event will be held tonight at Barron Park from 5:15 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. All right. What's today? Thursday? Okay, I'm losing my days this week because I had too much stuff to do. And so when I travel on the weekends, I actually came back into town Sunday? Saturday? Sunday? Anyway, I came back into town this weekend, and by Monday, I lost count. And so I've been running back and forth and doing stuff. And yeah. So one of my issues I have right now, right, is whenever I go on YouTube and look for Truth in the Afternoon, I get the afternoon of disco stuff. Like, what? I can find everybody else, but I can never find myself on YouTube. And I'm feeling kind of salty about that.
No matter when I type my name in. That means that the social media folks aren't doing a really good job at pointing that name to YouTube. I'm just saying. Because normally what would happen is when I type it in, it would finish it out, and it doesn't. It gives me like Ken Berry. It gives me Ken Harrison. I'm like, that's not me. But I get it. We working on it. We trying to get it. And so it's a little weird when you're trying to find yourself and you can't find yourself because I'll cry about it later. Yes, I'm complaining. Wait a minute. I quit. So y'all gonna have to find it for me because I'm done typing and looking, and I done did 1017 The Truth, all that. Why I gotta do that? Why I gotta do that? Why I gotta do that? Punkity punk. Why I gotta do that? And guess what? Right? So that's why I figured it out. Yep. 833-212-1017 is the number. Enough goofing around, right? So the problem I have is what's happening to our youth. Now, y'all keep telling all these lies about how crime is going down because how you count crime changes. I know how you can change the count for crime. I get it. Some things don't go reported. Some things are reclassified under different things. And somehow when it goes into the system, it comes out on the other side as a different crime. But yet, no marches, no screaming and complaining. Only when the victim is a black male and the actor is a white person do we scream and holler. Teen boys are in custody connected to a bloody attack on 3 men in a Milwaukee alley. And so when I read this, I thought about all the stuff people keep talking about, how great Milwaukee is and how wonderful Milwaukee is. But yet people in the suburbs see a story like this and they remind you, that's why we don't go downtown. That's why we don't go shopping. That's why we don't. 3 teenage boys are in custody. This is from, I believe, WISN.com. Yes. 3 teen boys are in custody following a violent mob-like attack. Okay, first of all, there's no mob-like attack. It's either a mob attack or it's not. In an alley that investigators describe as a case of elder abuse. Social media videos show a large group of teenagers punching, kicking 2 men. The bloody face of one victim can be seen in the video following the attack. Happened about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon in an alley just north of 1st and National in Milwaukee. Milwaukee police said medics took the 63-year-old to a hospital for treatment of serious injuries, and 2 other victims, 62-year-old and a 53-year-old, were also treated at the scene. Police arrested 2 14-year-old boys and a 15-year-old boy. Suspects involved are facing felony aggravated assault charges. That's called aggravated battery. And hopefully elder abuse. Investigators asked for the public to help in identifying the other people involved in the attack as well as witnesses. Those that cause harm to others in our community shall be held accountable. The department said this behavior is not just unacceptable, it's inhumane. Violence is never appropriate conflict resolution. What makes you think it's a conflict resolution? If they were arguing, they were arguing. But the fact that teenagers did it is a done deal. The attack happened near Bradley Tech High School in Milwaukee. MPS Schools released the following statement. MPS is aware of an incident that happened in the community yesterday involving a group of teenagers. The incident did not occur at an MPS school or an MPS property. How much of a jerk move is that? The only thing you cared about is the fact that it didn't happen on MPS school or MPS property. That's stupid. That's stupid. Not one word about the people that were injured. Not one word about their safety and safety of the children. Not one word. You talk about the safety and the students are number one priority of the district. This morning, the district also became aware of threatening messages shared online about one of our schools. Really? Nothing in here that says it's unacceptable if that attack dealt with kids. I get not saying that, but really? Nothing. Zero. Mayor Cavalier Johnson said, I'm appalled by the actions of the young people involved in yesterday's assault in the Bradley Tech neighborhood. The attack on the victims was without any conceivable justification. The victims have my prayers for a speedy recovery. Those responsible for the attacks must be held strictly accountable. What does strictly accountable mean? And then, I'm not bashing him or what he said. I'm saying I want to know what that means. And I have spoken to police about this matter, and they tell me arrests have been made and the investigation is ongoing. It is also well past time for the restoration of police officers at schools. I asked MPS to address this with urgency. Well, we don't know if it had anything to do with the school. We don't know if those kids went to Bradley Tech. So I don't know if we can connect those two. But one of the things we have to do is hold these kids accountable. And that means they get tried as an adult because they beat somebody and committed elder abuse. I'm torn as to whether or not they should be in juvenile court, because if they go to juvenile court, they're not going to learn anything. And if they go to adult court, they're not going to learn anything, especially if they're found guilty. At this point, I don't care if they have prior juvenile records. They need to be tried as adults. And if found guilty, go to jail. But they're underage, so they're going to go to a juvenile facility. Probably the new one we're building on the north side of Milwaukee. But in the end, we have to always remember, one, life happens. Two, when life doesn't go right, we have to make it right. Life for those three men, 64, 63, and 53, 62 and 53, didn't go right. And we got to make it right. You know what that means, right? That means there's only one place that these boys need to be. And this is after we sue the parents for their children acting a fool. You know where they belong, right? Jail.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 101.7 The Truth.
What's good, y'all? This is 101.7 The Truth's Telly Hughes, and I am Milwaukee. The goal of Truth Be Told with DT and Telly is to provide a platform for citizens of Milwaukee and Truth Nation to have their voices heard about concerns that have daily, direct impact. So join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the award-winning 101.7 The Truth, Milwaukee Black Talk.
What distinguishes Old National Bank from other lenders in helping people buy their first home and furthering their small businesses?
One thing that really makes us stand out is our grants. We have two really big grants right now specifically for first-time home buyers buying in Milwaukee County. The first one is for $15,000. They have to be buying within Milwaukee County and reach certain income limits. And then the second one is for $20,000, and that is through the Federal Home Loan Bank of Indiana. We're headquartered in Indiana, as you know, Denise. So that is a second grant, and that is really the highest, most robust grant program throughout the entire southeastern Wisconsin area. So it's up to $35,000 essentially that a person could be receiving for their first home. If you are in a position that you're looking to buy your first home throughout Milwaukee County, please give me a call. Please contact me. I'm more than happy to help everybody that I can.
And what's your number, Anna?
Sure.
How can they reach you?
414-978-0283.
At Milwaukee College Prep, they believe that every child deserves a chance to reach their full potential. Unfortunately, in Milwaukee, this is not always the case. Research shows the educational opportunity gap between white and black students is twice the national average. This is why Milwaukee College Prep is committed to eliminating this gap. In fact, MCP scholars tested advanced or proficient at a rate nearly 8 times higher than the other predominantly black public schools in Milwaukee. Provide your student with the best educational opportunity by visiting MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com. College bound, character strong.
Discover Epic Moves Studio at 3815 West Fond du Lac Avenue right here in Milwaukee. From group workouts and dance sessions to photography shoots, book signings, and birthdays, they've got the space for you. Need a stage? They offer rentals for all of your interior and exterior events. Pricing varies by size and time. Join the community and connect at www.epicmoves414.com or call 347-559-7355. Epic Move Studio, where your next event comes to life.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I can't believe you said that. You know I'm calling you out, right? So I went to the restroom, right? So I went to the restroom. I wouldn't be surprised. I know. So my hands are still wet because I looked, and I got one of those weird internal clocks that I know exactly when 3 minutes is up, and then I'm back in. To the point where Jason looks at me and goes, "Dude, how do you do that?" And I'm like, I just have an internal clock that when I go, I can tell time has passed, elapsed time, right? So as soon as he hit the music, boop, I was walking in the door. And then somebody, DJ Brother Z, accused me of, yo, dirty hands. And I was like, and then I held my hands up and I showed him that my hands I'm actually still wet. Like I was torn. Do I go get some paper towels and wipe my hands? But then somebody killed a fly with the paper towels this morning. So I'm like, okay, that's not going to work. So now I'm walking in. Do I rub them on my jeans like everybody else do to wipe their hands? Like, ain't that what kids do? But then I've seen adults do that too. So anyway, I'm letting them air dry. And I'm just sitting here, Can I believe you accused me of walking around with hands dirty after I used the bath? I am so weird like that. My hands literally stay, quote unquote, this for black people only, ashy because I wash my hands so much. I literally carry lotion in my car, in my bag, because I wash my hands so much. I think the skin gonna come off. Yeah, but then I'll turn white. Anyway, disregard. That was a joke. 833-212-1017 is the number. Al, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
First thing I want to say is I hope everything with the two people who were jumped by the kids were okay. But I also feel, and I know there are some good kids out here and some good parents. Mm-hmm. But sometimes when it comes to kids, and we all been kids before, I feel like when you have kids that does that, you need to throw away the key for about 3-4 years.
Well, then you ain't throwing away the key if they can come back after 3 or 4 years.
Well, we'll push it to 6.
Okay.
Because I know a lot of times sometimes it's more love for the person that's doing the crime than the victim.
Yep. Very true.
And I feel like if they don't care about society should not care about them.
Correct.
Just like with this, they put in a facility on the north side. Mm-hmm. I think it's too close.
Yep.
Because they say, well, they need to be around their family. Well, they didn't care about their family when they was in the street. So put them out in the woods so where they can have time to think and appreciate society. Because I know if that was my mother, my father, I probably wouldn't want you to go to jail. I probably would want you to be beat with a toe chain for roughly 20 minutes. But a lot of times it's come from peer pressure, even though they know what's right from wrong. Let's
not come up with reasons why kids did something and we don't know why, because I think that's giving them an out. They just bad kids. They just bad kids.
Yeah, and I just feel like with that, they just need to go to jail.
Yep.
And I know some people say, well, they ain't going to learn nothing. Well,
yes,
they ain't going to learn nothing being on the street.
No, they're not.
So I feel lock them up. And then their parents can go put money on their books. Now, let's see if them same parents going to put money on their college tuition while they say they broke. And we'll really find out. But I think those kids should be locked up for a very long time, because now those elders got to live with that for the rest of their life, and they wasn't bothering nobody. You're supposed to protect, not do it to your own people.
All right.
Have a good day. Or anybody. Have a good day.
All right, thank you much. 833-212-1017 is the number. Mr. Moore, you're on the award-winning 101. Hey, hello. Hello, Mr. Moore.
Oh, my bad.
Man, I was about to hang up on you.
Hey, don't get another knot on your head, buddy. No, I'm just joking.
Wait.
I see it.
Don't make me do it.
See it.
My finger's on it. My finger's on it.
Hey.
What?
Listen.
What?
Don't put them in jail. That new facility, they need to put a boot camp in there. They need to learn bearing. They need to learn some kind of bearing, a military band. They need to learn how to do what they told, when they told, how they told. 6 months to 160 days to 360 days in that challenge incarcerated program to get their mind right. Just put them in, like you said, put them in a facility. That ain't gonna do nothing but just cause them to be even worse as adults. We need to find something that will actually help them.
But again, we don't know that, and everybody has an idea of what they think should happen, when in fact, what's the process to evaluate these kids to figure out what need? Huh?
They have done tests.
No.
On them boot camps.
No. I'm not talking about the boot camp. See, here's what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry.
What I'm talking about is, I got 5 kids that done something wrong. Each of the kids, the majority of them will respond to 1 or 2 things, or maybe 3 things. But I got to find out what that thing is. I can't send everybody to boot camp, because boot camp may not bother some people. I might have to send them to jail. I might have to send them to a halfway house. I might have to, they have different motivating reasons why they committed those crimes. We need to find that out and figure out what's going to work.
They're going to have to go through the whole system.
No, they're not.
Go through the whole system.
No, they don't.
They're going to have to. If you put them in, charge them as an adult, they got to go through Dodge first, right? Once they go through Dodge, then they get shipped out to, just say, Jackson or Black River Falls. And then they got to wait, a year to 2 years to get in this boot camp. And then I guarantee you they'll have some kind of change in their mind.
For the worse.
But if you exactly, that could happen for the worse or for good. But I mean, some prisons, ain't no fixing nothing. They don't do that in there. They do not fix people in there. They don't allow. Well, I'm not gonna say that. Some people don't
honestly, is that really their job? We need rehabilitation. We need all these things, but at some point,
you got the guards to run them.
Whatever happened to punishment? Whatever happened to punishment?
I mean, putting them in a room?
No. Not that kind of. I mean, the fact that jail is not supposed to be happy. Jail is not supposed to be a great place, but we've had people sue. It's inhumane. It's all this and that, and now they get 3 hots and a cot like they supposed to, but now they get TV and some get basketball and some, all these things that are creature comforts that they shouldn't have.
If you don't
go for a walk, but you don't get to play basketball to exercise. No, you don't get to enjoy yourself.
Before, right?
I don't care.
I ain't talking. It was no enjoyment in it just by being there.
I know.
I had to find. I earned 8 years, okay, and within 2 years, I was sick, and I knew I had to do something and find my way up out of that place. I went through boot camp. I wasn't a bad person. I just made bad choices.
No, you were a bad person. That's why you got found guilty and went to jail. Like, who are we kidding?
No, I wasn't a bad person.
Yeah. Bad people do bad things.
Out here selling drugs.
Good. Well, that's a bad person.
I would still be out here selling drugs.
No, you were a bad person, and it's okay. I'm not holding it against you, but
all right, they held it against me for over 30 years.
Well,
I just got a pardon.
I think that's kind of dumb that we hold things against people. I think, again, depending on the crime, after 10 years, we need to just wipe it and let people restart their lives.
I thought it was a law after 2 years of that person being out of custody of the state, as in parole and probation. If they haven't committed a crime, they're not a criminal.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds cute, but yeah.
Okay, in the boot camp, you're right. I did something wrong. They had these 2 days up there called motivational detail days. They beat some people, some inmates. They choked some inmates. Caucasian people, they can't sit out in the sun. They let Caucasians sit out in the sun without covers on their head, and their heads swole up. I mean, it was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
The warden got in trouble for it.
Okay.
People got hurt, but they put it up under the rug. You don't know what that guard or what that. And we're dealing with sergeants and Marine Corps people, Air Force.
So then what should happen?
It was a good thing.
Final word. What should happen?
We need to find out the solution of why this happened, and do something about it, but not just put them in no room and just like Al say, just get rid of the key. They got to come back to society. So we need to figure out how to make this work for not just them, but for everybody.
All right. Thank you much. I appreciate it. 833-212-1017, the number. Hey, garage doors giving you headaches. Best way I know how to deal with it is to call my friends at Geis. Family owned since 1955, Geis is the trusted authority on garage doors and openers in southeastern Wisconsin. Trust me, I use them too. I got 2 brand new doors. I think mine are from LiftMaster. I think the lift and all that stuff. But they got brands like CHI as well. They have doors for every budget and will even build custom doors to meet your exact needs. So for fast, reliable garage repair solutions, go to GeisDoors.com, GEIS Doors.com, or call 262-784-4250. Don't think twice. Call Geis. Traffic, sports, and weather up next.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Your drink, sir?
This virtual vacation is brought to you by Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport. For the full experience, visit flymke.com to explore our many nonstop destinations. With super convenient parking and low fares, flying from Milwaukee makes traveling so easy, it's like starting your vacation early. Fly easy, fly MKE.
Black Black and Brown Runaround 5K is a diverse group dedicated to empowering others and overcoming obstacles. Their mission to bring unity to the Milwaukee's Black and Brown communities and support those in need. They partner with Lead to Change, a nonprofit that's changing lives by equipping young people with the tools they need to succeed in college, their careers, and the community, ensuring security and stability for all. Together, we can build a stronger, more united community. Black and Brown Runaround empowers everyone to be able to run the town.
Over the past 20 years, Wisconsin has seen a huge increase in reported elder abuse cases. Elder abuse is the verbal, physical, emotional, sexual, or financial abuse of a senior citizen. It can also be the intentional or unintentional neglect of an older person. Wisconsin's population of seniors 65 and older is projected to grow significantly in the coming decades. That's why we all share the responsibility to help protect our seniors by recognizing and reporting any signs of elder abuse. If you believe that elder abuse has been inflicted upon yourself or someone you know, please report it. Call the Wisconsin Elder Abuse Hotline toll-free at 1-833-586-0107 or visit reportelderabusewI.org. Respect our elders. Report abuse. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Justice.
This project is supported by the Administration for Community Living, ACL, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, as part of a financial assistance award totaling $120,000 with 100% funding by ACL HHS. The contents are those of the authors and do not necessarily represent the official views of nor an endorsement by ACL HHS or the U.S. government.
Truth Nation, let us take a second to brag for a moment. There is no other station in the country where you get a front row seat to hear from some of the biggest names in politics, pop culture, and sports. People like President Joe Biden.
Black child poverty was cut in half in 2021. We built black wealth, 15 million jobs nationwide, more than 2.5 million for black Americans. Black wealth is up 60% since the pandemic.
Former President Donald Trump's son, Eric Trump.
Guys, we almost had a former president and very likely future president assassinated on live TV. Like, you know what that would have done for this country? You know what that would have made our country look like? We would look like a banana republic.
And Brewers all-star and former National League MVP Christian Yelich.
Listen, you already know.
Yeah, we got we were just in LA, so we heard our fair share of Kendrick out there in LA. Dodger Stadium is one of the best sound systems in baseball too.
Tap into the award-winning and nationally recognized 1017 The Truth by downloading the Truth app, listening live on 1017thetruth.com, and streaming us live at 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Backups along southbound 41, stretching from about Appleton Avenue all the way down towards Capitol Drive. Southbound 43, we do have a crash just south of Silver Spring, but luckily it's behind the barrels. Still, though, going to see some delays from Hampton down past Capitol Drive, and then more delays from Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette. Northbound slowing down through the Marquette as well, pretty much all the way up towards Keefe. And then on westbound 94, we got backups from 16th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 66. Tomorrow, high clouds, filtered sunshine, a high of 78. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Stein. The Milwaukee Brewers fell to the San Francisco Giants in ugly fashion on Wednesday night, losing 13-2. Good news, however, the Brewers stay 8.5 games ahead of the Cubs in the race for the NL Central, and they open today with a magic number of 8 to clinch the division. The crew will look for the series win tonight. Game 3 is set for this evening. First pitch scheduled for 8:45. Over to the NFL, where the Green Bay Packers are currently prepping for their Week 2 matchup against the Indianapolis Colts, with quarterback Malik Willis set to make the start.
It's not like we're dealing with a rookie here that has no background. You know, a lot of these offenses do similar things. It's just how do you do them, when do you do them, who are you putting where. So we take that all into account.
As of now, the Packers have not officially ruled out quarterback Jordan Love. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
to have get-togethers and barbecues? Like, really? You only 24 years old or something like that. What?
I was a kid.
What? His? You mean your parents?
Yeah, technically.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He be talking crazy like that sometimes. Like he 30, 40, 50 years old or something. He was 2 years old when this song came out. Hey, it's music from Frankie Beverly. And Maze featuring Frankie Beverly. He passed away yesterday at the age, born in 1946, I think. Let me see. So he was at least 50, 60, 70 something years old. That's unfortunate. He will be missed. Lost his voice not too long. I think he had cancer, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if they released the time of death, but he will be sorely missed. Talking text line, Fax Matter said the penal system needs to function within the laws too. And I reminded him, or don't commit a crime and then you don't go to jail or prison in the first place. That might make sense. AJ, you're on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. What you want?
Hey, good afternoon, Ken. Thank you for taking my call. I just want to make a quick comment and let me get your thoughts about this. So I'm from I was born down south and raised.
Where at?
So it was a little down in Georgia and Florida. So it was a little different for me. So what I want to say is first you start at home. You need both mom and dad to put away the pettiness, the bitterness, come together, raise your kids. You get what I mean? And once you have the two parents, then you get a different outlook. However, now the kids that are committing these crimes, back then when I lost my dad, he passed away, right? So I used to get in trouble at a young age. So it was a two program, which is like a counseling, community service. Get in trouble again, you go to a level 4 program, okay? Somebody take you in.
All right, we're going to have to put you on hold because we are losing your signal. You're going in and out. But what it sounds like, the gist of what he was saying, it sounds like he was saying that, sometimes as you go through your criminal career as a juvenile, you may have to go through certain layers of programs until you get to a program that's just going to set you straight, But I get it. 833-212-1017 is the number. Does anybody drive Uber? Anybody drive Uber? So I thought Uber did background checks, but I was looking at blacknews.com. Shanti Dixon, a 30-year-old African-American mother of 2, was tragically found dead after disappearing from an Indianapolis nightclub where she worked. She had taken an Uber ride in the early hours of Sunday morning and was later discovered in a wooded area near her home with evidence of a violent crime. According to WRTV, Dixon's family became alarmed when she didn't return home and used her phone to locate her. They immediately contacted the police, who then identified the Uber driver, Francisco Valadez, 29 years old, as a suspect. Initially, Valadez told authorities that an armed man had attacked Dixon while she was in his vehicle. However, after investigation, Valadez confessed to being responsible for her death. Police believe Valadez took Dixon to her street where he carried out the attack, steps away from her home. Authorities tracked his car to his residence and found evidence linking him to the crime. And after providing conflicting accounts of the incident, Valadez eventually admitted to assaulting and killing Dixon. Dixon had only recently moved into her new home with her 2 children. Her mother, Rise Dixon, spoke lovingly about her daughter, describing her as a selfless and deeply devoted to her family. You could never miss her presence, she said, recalling the warmth and depth Dixon brought to those around her. Indianapolis Police Chief Chris Bailey announced that Valadez has been charged with murder, describing the crime as senseless and tragic, and the family set up a GoFundMe page and all that. So when you tell your kids, hey, take Uber, here's what you do. You take Uber, and then you share that with as many people as you know. And then you get on the phone, and you make sure that you are on the phone with somebody the entire time. Every time you get an Uber, during the day or at night. If you are female And I'll be honest with you, I done got in the Uber with some pretty, like, rough-looking people. I get on the phone. I share my ride. Yeah, I just shared my ride with you so you can track everywhere I go and what's happening, and I got you on FaceTime. And stay on FaceTime the whole time. And every time I do that, nobody's talked to me. Oh, you don't want to be talkative now? Oh, okay, yeah. Right. If I get in your car, I tell you this. I was just in New York City last weekend. You ever been to New York City? New York City is New York City. Everything you know about New York City, heard about New York City, saw about New York City in the movie is true. All the good, phenomenal city, and all the bad. It's a black hole. So I call an Uber. I'm going to a place. I'm on East 48th Street, and I'm going to West 56th Street. So it's about mile and a half, somewhere in there. The car shows up, and I look at the car. First of all, you know, they take a picture of the kind of car you have. I have a gray Subaru, 4-door. So there's a picture of a gray Subaru. I go to get in the car, and before I reach for the handle, the car is so filthy. I mean, filthy. I've only had one of those cars here in Milwaukee, and I was like, thank you, dear. I appreciate it. I'm not riding. I did the same thing in New York that I did in Milwaukee. I'm going to cancel this ride. Well, you know it's going to cost you. I would rather pay twice than to get in your car once. It is filthy. Like cat hair, dog hair, cartons of food. It was like he was driving and eating and just threw stuff behind the seat. Stuff on the, like what is it? Oh, somebody before me had a kid in the car. So you didn't think to clean it? You've been driving around the whole time, and it's like this white, like, what is that? I know, dude, I'm out. And, of course, I called Uber and said, hey, dude, like, what is, you know, I don't know. Keep the money. I don't care. Like, at that point, it was like $13. I was like, I don't care. Keep the money. I'm not paying. I'm not getting in that car. And that's something we have to do. You know, we used to think Uber was safe because we'll do background checks but anybody can drive Uber. As long as they check your background and you're straight at the time. But what if you're not? What if you're using somebody else's identity? So, you know, do they get a fingerprint check or they get a copy of your driver's license with your picture? Like what? So, yeah. I think, and you can't rent a car everywhere you go either, because then it costs too much money. But that is unfortunate. And if this is something he did, then there has to have been someone else who's been victim of this guy that we don't know about. What missing person, right? Yeah. 833-212-1017 is the number. We got the talking text line. We got YouTube talking text. We got Sandra on hold. We got everything going on. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation, join us live for the Truth Summit on Saturday, October 26th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the 3rd Street Market Hall. This exclusive in-person roundtable will examine the state of finances, education, and politics for Black Milwaukee. Dr. Ken Harris will be joined by expert guests for a lively debate and insights that you can't afford to miss. We've got it covered on the pulse of Black Milwaukee. Get your tickets to the Truth Summit by visiting 1017thetruth.com.
So you may have heard of Project 2025, a plan crafted by Trump and his MAGA loyalists to give Trump virtually unchecked political power and take Black America backwards. Here's how. Project 2025 strips away our voting rights protections, and it eliminates the Department of Education. It would siphon public school funding to private schools, leaving our kids behind. Planning on going to college? Good luck paying for it. Project 2025 cuts funding for federal student loans, Trump's Project 2025 would also make states monitor women's pregnancies, and it bans abortion. Project 2025 would also gut Obamacare, ripping away health care from millions. Simply put, Trump's Project 2025 would be devastating to Black America. But we can stop it by voting for Kamala Harris for president, because we are not going back.
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Harris for president.
Get your tickets now to the Milwaukee Gala that helps empower communities and change lives. Join us at the new rooftop ballroom of the Baird Center for Greater Milwaukee Urban League's Black and White Ball, celebrating legacy and impact. It's all happening on Saturday, November 2nd, with entertainment by Shantae Moore. This event will sell out. Get your ticket and sponsorship information now at tmul.org and click on the Black and White Ball link. That is tmul.org.
From my family and myself, I would like to say thank you to Gruber Law Offices for taking such good care of us.
I would say thank you because you were so human and so much of a friend during the whole process.
I'm super grateful for them representing me and doing all that they did for me.
I would just say thank you for making me feel better.
That's why I'm here, to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Milwaukee Public Schools is getting ready to welcome students back to the classroom. The first day of school is September 3rd for all MPS students, and if you haven't enrolled your child yet, now is the time. They offer a wide array of school options to meet the unique needs of your child. Go to mpsmke.com/enrollmps for more information. You're always welcome to visit MPS Student Services Building at 5225 West Valete Street for help with enrolling. Stop in between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Thank you for choosing Milwaukee Public Schools.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. Hey, the Truth is the proud home of Marquette University High School Championship football. We have a great matchup for you this Friday night. The Hilltoppers of Marquette University High School travel to Germantown to take on the undefeated Germantown Warhawks. Kickoff is at 7. Friday Night Football on The Truth is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. And then the next day on Saturday, we have a jam-packed Saturday for The Truth. We'll be at the Black and Brown Runaround at Veterans Parkway from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. this Saturday. Our 101.7 The Truth Street Team, which is sponsored by UW Credit Union, will be holding it down. There'll be food, music, resources for the whole family to come on down this Saturday. Enjoy the Black and Brown Runaround at Veterans Parkway starting at 10 a.m. And there's more. Jammin' with Juice will be broadcasting live from the Vin Baker Recovery Cookout this Saturday from 11 to 1 p.m. So we'll get you an update on that. But whatever you're doing, don't miss the run around at Veterans Park, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. 1017 The Truth Street Team is sponsored by UW Credit Union. They're here for every you. 833-212-1017 is the number. Sandra, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Yep, it's me. Hi. Hi, Dr. Ken.
Hey, how are you?
How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm
just fine. I'm sitting in the car talking to you. This is where I get my privacy, see. Yep.
So what's up?
Yeah, I was listening, huh? I was listening, and what were you talking about? About some kids?
Yeah, some 3 kids beat up a 3 men. Well, a group of kids, but they got 3 of them in custody. Beat up 3 elderly men in their 60s, one 53, 62, and 63 years old. And if you look on the news or on the websites, they got pictures. One of the guys is bloody. And they said it was a whole mob of kids that beat him up. And it's down near First and National. And so we got to deal with kids doing knucklehead things, but the fear is that they're going to be talking about, always leniency, or they may not have had a record or something like that. But you committed not only aggravated battery, you committed elder abuse.
Yeah. Well, that's strange. I heard something, but it wasn't that. So I really didn't have the news on much today anyways. But, no, I was just speaking because, when you speak of, because, I always call when you speak of prisons and stuff. And I was looking last night. I was going through Google, and I was watching the people on death row. And, man, I mean, this stuff is this. I just wonder, now, like, a lot of people here, like, they speak of a new prison they have, but they don't want the prisons here. And I would love our prisons to be here for our people, because number one, those could be our jobs. Because my son's in prison; he's in Waupun, and
but prison is for prison. We can't cherry pick where a prison goes because Black people can have jobs or Black people are in prison or whatever. Like, I mean, what are we segregating prisons now because of race? Just like we segregate neighborhoods?
They would build them here, but the people don't want them here. Because my husband used to work with that stuff. He said the people don't want, and I've heard him do that. No, I don't want it down by me. I don't want it down by me. And so those people out there, they welcome the prisons. And so, I mean, to me, I think if you're going to keep society going with jobs, that's a good way to keep them, because if you don't want them down here, then you put them up there.
But not everybody wants to work in corrections. Not everybody wants to work in corrections.
Well, no, we'll put the military in there. They know what to do. They know what to do when it comes to war.
You can't put the military in a prison.
Well, if they need people, they say it's a shortage, right? They say it's a shortage because they shut them down.
Constitutionally, you cannot put military in the prison.
So then hire people. But then they say they don't have enough people. Somebody don't have people.
Because people don't want to work. Because people don't want to work in a prison.
Well, then you got to find something else to do with them. Then,
or build a prison. Or build a prison where they want to work. If you want to work at a prison, we'll build it around you. And that's what they did.
Well, I don't think that people really want to work at a prison.
How about we teach people not to commit crimes so we need less prisons? Is that okay?
Do that too.
Well, no. What do you mean that too? That should be first and foremost.
Look, they're running out of room, so you got to find a way.
They ain't running out of no room in prison. Stop it. We don't have enough prisons.
They had to leave.
Listen, we don't have enough prisons.
They're running out of room.
They're running out of room because we don't have enough people working in prisons. So they can't keep them anyway.
No, they could not. They didn't have enough room, so they had to bust them out of Wisconsin. Because I know people that went out of town.
Well, then they got room then. Then they got room if they can send them somewhere else.
And they don't have room here. They need to be here.
Who cares? They don't need to be there. You committed a crime. Nobody cares where you. When you're done, we care about you. When you're done, we want to make sure that you get taken care of. Nope.
Now, I'm not going to let nobody tell me how extreme these sentences should be. I said, when you got somebody running this world,
if you stop committing crime, it won't matter. When will we stand up and complain? Is anybody going to stand up and complain in March and be mad that a group of kids beat up these men?
So why don't you tell them? Why did they commit the crime?
Tell who?
People call the show and say they did some time in jail. Why did they commit the crime?
I just asked them. I mean, I don't understand your point.
I mean, my point is people do commit crime and they get a chance to redeem themselves.
Where?
And so they tell you, I did some stint in jail, which they did. At least they said it. So I can't tell you why they did it, but at least he did his time that was given to him.
And I'm okay with that.
Better person.
And I'm okay with that. And if you stay out of trouble for like 10 years, then you.
Well, he didn't stay out of trouble. He got in trouble.
But here's the kicker. You got an extreme sentence, and I think there's an issue with sentencing. I really think that that's where the excess comes in sentencing. But the bottom line is if you don't commit the crime, you don't go in the system and it's a non-issue. Let's work on that part. Let's work on stopping people from going in. You say no?
This is my problem. You have politicians committing the worst crime in the world.
We ain't talking about politicians.
So
Stop. We ain't talking about politicians and we're not comparing. We're not doing that today, Sandra.
I'm talking about the fairness.
We are not doing that today.
No. The fairness, Dr. King. You have to be fair about this.
There's no such thing as fairness. You're a criminal. You're a criminal. You're a criminal.
This person belongs in prison, but you got these politicians tearing up America.
But we ain't talking about politicians. We're talking about people in our community. Sandra.
They are crooks.
Sandra.
They are crooks.
That ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
It's a crook.
Prove it.
You cannot make it better.
Prove it.
That's what I feel about it.
Prove it.
That's what I feel.
I don't care. That sound like I care, Sandra.
It did prove it already. I don't like to do too deep in it. But, I'm just talking about because I got a kid begging me to death, for me to do something for him. He's been up there 25 years.
Well, that's his fault.
I haven't seen him in about 25 years.
But that's his fault,
I'm
isn't
going to
it?
do my best. I'm not going to listen to people because everybody, a lot of people, if you got money, you can get away with it.
That's true.
Put it that way.
But I've always said that.
Well, okay then. So I'm going to do my best to see what I can do because that would make no sense.
Well, keep fighting, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Keep fighting.
I'm going to fight my heart out. And I'm going to fight what is that? What's that? Project 2025? I'm going to fight for
that ain't got nothing to do with it. Nobody care about no project. All right, talk to you later, Sandra. Bye. Bye, Sandra. Bye, Sandra. Nobody care about no Project 2025. It is not coming to fruition, and don't nobody care about it. It's the dumbest 900 pages of wasted digital space I've ever seen. And I read the whole thing. Maybe 3 or 4 things in the entire document are like, yep, we could do that. Other than that, ain't nobody feeling it at all. So I don't know what's going on, but I guess we'll get to the bottom of it. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. We got so much stuff coming up this weekend. We got digital show with Carrie, Noni, and Ben tonight. Everything. We got top 5 at 5. We got guests tomorrow. I think it'll be great. We'll be right back.
Sometimes it takes a breakdown to have a breakthrough.
This is what Vin Baker Recovery stands for, but wants you, Truth Nation, to be a part of.
So join Jammin' with Juice live as we will be broadcasting live from a Vin Baker Recovery event on September 14th to help provide our community with access to mental health care and recovery support.
They provide services like medication-assisted treatment, outpatient care, and hub and spoke services with peer support.
So join Jammin' with Juice and the Truth Street team, sponsored by UW Credit Union, September 14th at the Vin Baker Recovery event.
It's your boy Benjamin, and I am Milwaukee. Milwaukee has aided in my growth and has witnessed my evolution from a young man from Racine to becoming the man that I am today. When I was young, traveling to and from Milwaukee, Milwaukee would always give me a piece of what a city with beautiful summers, beautiful people, and beautiful artistry looked like. And now as I serve the people through my art, I see why Milwaukee had to be a part of my journey. Join me on Jammin' with Juice between 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
My name is Ariel. When I arrived in the U.S. at 19, I struggled to find job opportunities without my high school diploma. My entire life changed when I took a chance and got my high school diploma at age 22. Everything I have, my education, my career, my marriage, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and my teachers. They were with me every step of the way, helping with my English and math, making sure I push through all the challenges.
Ariel, your success proves that what I'm doing as a teacher has real meaning.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
Education was the key that unlocked all my opportunities.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Attention Milwaukee County residents. Are you prepared for the unexpected? From sudden storms to unforeseen emergencies, readiness is key. Take charge of your safety with a family emergency plan and an essential emergency kit. Stay informed and connected during emergencies. For tips and resources, visit us online or contact the Milwaukee County Office of Emergency Management. Prepare now, stay safe, and build a resilient community together. because readiness starts with you.
Sometimes life's challenges leave you feeling alone. We all need someone who understands and listens without judgment. That's what the 988 Wisconsin Lifeline is for. 988 is free and confidential. Trained counselors are ready to listen and provide support 24/7 for mental health and substance use concerns. You can contact 988 for yourself or for someone you know. Don't wait. Call or text 988 or chat online at 988wisconsin.org. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
Brought to you by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Get the truth and nothing but the truth with Sherwin Hughes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 a.m. WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 101.7 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Ray Riley with your news update. 3 schools throughout Wisconsin faced 3 different threats, all within a single day. The Appleton, Elkhorn, and Sheboygan area school districts reported threats that were handled by their local police departments. Both the Sheboygan and Appleton school faced threats via social media. Sheboygan experienced a soft lockdown that ended around 1 p.m., and Appleton deployed additional school resource officers after a vague threat was made on Snapchat. The Elkhorn area school district received a tip from a threat from the Wauwatosa Police Department, but after they provided additional patrols, the threat was revealed to be not credible. All 3 incidents are still under investigation. According to the Marquette University Law School poll, Vice President Kamala Harris now leads in the polls for registered Wisconsin voters. Harris is ahead at 52% to former President Donald Trump's 48%. Marquette pollster Charles Franklin estimates about 6% of Wisconsinites remain undecided. In the local race, among registered voters, U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin leads 52% to 42% to Eric Hovde. The poll focused on several issues, including economy, immigration, and abortion policy. You can read the rest of the results on their website. The second annual 414 Trust Kickball Tournament is scheduled for this evening. The event, hosted by the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office, is an initiative to help build a better relationship between the community and first responders. Several teams of kids will compete on a team, coached by police officers and other local officials, first responders, deputy sheriffs, and more. The event will be held tonight at Barron Park from 5:15 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris continues on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. A couple things. Truth Nation, the election season is in full swing, and we need to have an insightful discussion about all the crap that's going on that matters to the black community. So tune in to Truth on Politics this Tuesday, September 17th from 6 to 8. So I'll be on from 4 to 6. And then we'll have from 6 to 8 Truth on Politics. So it's a monthly show, up and through and included. We might just keep it going. Roundtable, we're going to be talking about the debate. We're going to be talking about local politics, policies that messed us up. The county is still $19 million short. We don't know how short the city is. The presidential election. Do not miss the Truth on Politics this Tuesday, September 17th from 6 to 7 to 8 p.m. 2 hours with me, Dr. Ken Harris, Sherwin Hughes, Denise Thomas, Tori Lowe, and Damon Elsie. Right here on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth, Milwaukee Black Talk. Now, what people talking about? Chauncey, be nice. Amos says, sorry, I'm driving. Just what I was saying, maybe coming with level 2 on community service, level 4 group home, level 6 halfway house, level 8 camp. He's stuck on the camp, though, right? Right, that boot camp. But I ain't mad at you. You can tell the truth. Dave said, did you use that aircraft for your concrete yet? No, I did not. No, let me do this. If I put it in my phone, I'll remember. Aircraft for concrete. All right. Got it. Put it in there again. Hopefully I'll remember. Subscribe. Yes, I do. Where you been? First of all, we ask everybody that listens here to stream and watch us live on YouTube at 1017thetruth.com, and then make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss a minute of a live show. So every time a live show comes on, it will notify you, hey, so-and-so show is on. What we doing? All right, let me get so somebody said, Facts Matter said about the penal system earlier needs to function within the law too, and I said, or don't commit a crime so you don't go to jail or prison in the first place. And then Facts Matter said it really isn't an or. Crimes will be committed, and when they are, those in the penal system need to operate within our laws. No raping or beating, and we got that. We understand that, but I don't understand your point. Oh, that's right. You don't like anything in the justice system. You bash everything in the justice system, and you only look at the bad that's in the justice system, not all the other stuff that's good. Sort of like how they do black people, right? We only look at the bad, and then we key on that, and we don't really look. Okay, got it. Facts Matter said the one man I saw in the news is so little and frail looking. Shame on those kids and their parents. Yeah, it's terrible. And they talk about there'll always be humans with malfunctions. We can't stop all crime. Yeah, but you can report it. When you got family members, and then Felix said, it's a half moon tonight. You do know that they have proven that the moon has never had a significant impact on how people act. That's just one of those things that we one of those one of those like weird, we got to watch it because if the full moon is out. I think it's a big nothing.
Number 5.
The U.S. has banned Navient. Remember who Navient was? You got all like 3 or 4 different companies that do loan servicing. Well, guess what? A federal regulator said today that it is banning Navient from servicing federal student loans and ordering the company to pay $120 million. The agreement settles a lawsuit brought by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau in 2017, which claimed the company misled student loan borrowers and processed their payments incorrectly. Can we go after the one that did mine? Because the one that did mine jerked me around and did that. So if y'all know a good lawyer, holla at a brother. The embattled loan servicer gave up its contract with the government and its 6 million student loan accounts in 2021 after facing a number of legal and enforcement challenges. They agreed in 2022 to pay $1.85 billion settlement with several state attorney generals that claim the company engaged in unfair practices. All of them do, and one of them did. Previously, in 2014, Department of Justice and the Federal Depositors Insurance Corporation ordered Navient and Sallie Mae to pay a total of $100 million for illegally overcharging 78,000 military service members. As a result of the new settlement announced today, $100 million will go to impacted borrowers who can expect to receive a check. Eligible borrowers are not required to take any action. Navient will also pay a $20 million fine to the federal agency. Good for them. Good for them. It's these, I'm telling you, these loan people will come up with reasons and technical stuff, and you have no idea of knowing whether or not it's true or not. You just have to go with it, and then somebody finally decided to look into it and filed a lawsuit, and now those people will be made whole.
Number 4.
Jonathan Majors, this from blackenterprise.com. Jonathan Majors, y'all remember him. He got in trouble with the whole domestic thing and the girl and all that. Well, he's looking to make some fast cash. He's selling autographs for $140 during his appearance at Famous Monsters Festival. The Creed 3 star is continuing his attempted comeback after being convicted of reckless assault in the 3rd degree, which is probably like the lowest thing you can do to convict somebody, and harassment following an altercation with his then girlfriend. Majors will try to cash in on his roles as the Marvel supervillain Kang the Conqueror and Atticus Freeman in Lovecraft Country when he meets with fans during the Famous Monsters Fest on this Sunday, the 15th. So, I mean, I ain't mad at him. He's trying to make his money back. Shouldn't everybody get redemption? He's selling pictures for $160. I ain't mad at him. Maybe I should start doing that. Take pictures with people and charge them like $10. Nah, maybe $100.
$150 for the autograph.
Nah, we're not doing $150 for the autograph.
Why not?
Because it's got to be a Hollywood type autograph so that you can't sign my name to something and pretend you mean it. I got your signature right here. No. That's why people are flamboyant. I mean, let me see. Autograph. Let me write a book first. And then you can buy the book and I give you an autograph. How's that? Bet?
That's smart.
All right. There we go. Dang, did I just talk myself into writing another book?
Might as well.
Be quiet. You should get another book. You should write a book. Yeah. It's all your fault. I mean, why would I blame me? That just makes sense, right? Blame the other person and then pretend like it wasn't you.
Number 3.
This also for Black Enterprise, a massive group of state attorney generals called on Congress to pass legislation requiring the U.S. Surgeon General, you ready? To place warning labels on all social media, the Hill reports. 42 lawyers from states and U.S. territories released a letter on September 9th, hoping that Congress would move on the Surgeon General Vivek Murthy's proposal to require official warning across social media platforms. Young people are facing a mental health crisis, which is fueled large part by social media, the letter said. It's addressed to House Speaker Mike Johnson, Republican from Louisiana, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Democrat from New York, and Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, Republican from Kentucky. As Surgeon General Murthy recognized, this generational harm demands immediate action by mandating a Surgeon General's warning on algorithm-driven social media platforms. Congress can help decrease this growing crisis and protect future generations of Americans, or you can just have a parent turn it off. Why are you buying your kids cell phones where they can get access to social media at age 6? I'm just saying.
Number 2.
Speaking of 6, people in an Illinois town are shocked and saddened after hearing that, you ready? A 6-year-old boy allegedly stabbed his 2-year-old brother to death. According to a Facebook post by the Joliet Police Department, Police officers received a report of a 2-year-old being stabbed at 5:04 p.m. Officers went to the home in Illinois and discovered the 2-year-old boy with multiple stab wounds and tried to save the child until the Joliet Fire Department paramedics arrived. He was taken to Ascension St. Joseph Medical Center where he was pronounced dead. Investigators determined that the boy was stabbed by his 6-year-old brother who used a kitchen knife while both were in the family room. The mother of the brothers saw that the 2-year-old had been stabbed and called 911. The 6-year-old was taken to Joliet Police Department and placed into protective custody. They couldn't arrest the kid because you can't arrest a child at age 6 and you can't incarcerate or detain them. So they just took him there and put him in a room. The parents cooperated with the police. The child was picked up by the Illinois Department of Children and Family Services, who will be taken to a local hospital for mental health evaluation. Joliet Police Chief Bill Evans said in a written statement, "Our community is reeling from this devastating incident as I am unable to keep up with a sufficient statement that can adequately express the sorrow and pain we all feel following this heartbreaking event. Most importantly, I wish to express our thoughts and deepest sympathies to the family and loved ones that have been deeply impacted by such tragedy. The boy's mother and grandmother were present in the home when the incident occurred, but was not in the room where it occurred." And so what we don't know is what prompted it. Were they watching TV? Were they playing? Did he think it was something different, right? So we see things on TV and we do things on TV. Are you playing cops and robbers? Are you playing good guy, bad guy, good cop, bad guy? Like we don't know. And that's why they took him to the hospital and they're going to determine what exactly happened. Was it a mental health illness, or were they just two kids goofing around and one stabbed the other? No, you don't know that. No, stop. Stop being, you're too young to be that evil. You're too young.
Evil, but like,
you're too young to be that evil.
There's a mental health illness.
No. That's the idiocy everybody talks about because we blame mental illness on everything.
Dr. Ken,
you breathing wrong. It's mental illness. You beat up your girlfriend. It's mental illness. It's stress. It's this. How about you're just a bad person and you committed a crime and that's it? We always got to have something to blame.
Killing Dr. Ken, you sick, your 2-year-old brother?
But you don't have a concept of dead at 6. You don't have a concept, so you don't know. You might have seen it on TV. Was it the movie you watched last week? Was it your parents or somebody talking about something? They got to find out. But don't just automatically say mental illness because that's a cop-out. You make people who do have mental illness less than or just like everybody else. Oh, well, the whole world has mental illness issues, so why have crimes? We'll just give everybody rehabilitation. We won't punish anybody. Nah. I'm going to shave your head when you fall asleep. You better not never fall asleep at work. I'm going to be like, you're going to look like me.
I would say mental illness.
Nope, I was just mad. You know, madness is a mental illness. Shut up. Not everything is a mental illness. Some people are just evil. Right?
Yeah.
Then they'll be like, you looked at that girl, didn't you? Lust is a mental illness. Okay, I'm done. You looked at that food, didn't you? Gluttony is a mental illness. All right. Hunger is a mental illness. Right? You denigrate people who have legitimate issues with mental illness. Not you, but, people that have legitimate diagnosed issues with mental illness are now, it's really not that big of a deal because that's that argument that, the black guy or the black woman gets discriminated against and the white woman comes in and says, well, that's happened to me too. So it's really not that important because it happens to everybody. That's not how mental illness works. That's just me. And I don't want to get beat up by my daughter. So, I gotta say that because she'll be like, excuse me, did you just say on the air, blah, 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 blah. She's one of those mental illness people. So, I mean, she works with it. She works with people with disabilities and she does a great job in doing that. And so she's sensitive to those words and those issues and those things. We don't know if anything's wrong with this kid. They may talk to him and find out. I thought it was one of those TV knives because they said on movies, when you do it, people don't really die. So we were playing it. We just don't know.
It's just a tough one. It's not
tough. You don't have you have zero information, and you're coming up with reasons why somebody did something, and you don't even know.
Because it's just so uncommon. Like, it's just out of the norm.
But you just have the end result. Oh my God, Dr. Ken shot somebody. Oh, he must have been. What do you mean? You have no information. You don't know that I was one of the guys in the alley. Right? What if one of the guys in the alley shot and killed one of those kids? We'd be marching right now because some white guy or Hispanic guy shot and killed a black kid, and it was like maybe, I don't know how many were there because I didn't see the full video. 10 or 15, I don't know, 5 against 3? And he shot and killed one of them because he's about to die, and you all are out marching against them, the victims. Like, get some more information. Like, hear it out. Let the police investigate. They're going to find out. They got video, right? Everywhere you go, you got video. Everywhere you go, they got video. Oh, look, the person ran that way. Is there a bank nearby? Okay. Ran past the bank, drove past the bank. Okay, we got the car. And then, by the time you drive through the city, you didn't hit 5,000 cameras just going to work every day. I used to know the number. It used to be 27 to 1 or 200 and something, where in the course of your 8-hour day, how many times you come in front of a camera? You cannot hide. So I say, if you're going to raise my taxes, raise my property taxes $500. Just rip the Band-Aid off and then take that money and put video on every corner. And crime will disappear. We got digital video, player. Yeah, we got you. We got your car. We got your face. Then just go lock them up. And then they'll ask for more money to build a prison big enough to hold everybody, because then they'll start locking people up.
Number 1.
Speaking of, it's inhumane. This is from WISN.com. 3 teenage boys are in custody following a violent mob-like attack in an alley that investigators describe as a case of elder abuse. Social media video shows a lot. Now get this. Social media video. So somebody was recording this. Who's got the mental health issue? The people doing the beating or the people recording the beating?
Hey, they both guilty.
Nah, I put that on the people recording it. They're voyeurs. I'm just saying. Happened around 4 p.m. Yesterday, just north of 1st and National Street in Milwaukee. Police say paramedics took a 63-year-old to the hospital for treatment of serious injuries. 2 other victims, 62-year-old and 53-year-old, were treated at the scene. They arrested 2 14-year-old boys and a 15-year-old boy. Felony aggravated assault. And they're going to tack on, because they beat up somebody who was elder. What do we do? What do we do with these kids? I like when somebody said, if you don't want to be a parent, don't have kids. Sometimes people legitimately make mistakes. Because when they have sex, they have no idea that a baby's going to happen. We know that's the stupidest thing in the world, but there are actually some people that don't know, which is like 0.1% of all the people, right? Everybody else know exactly what they're doing. And it's unfortunate, but anyway. 2 14-year-olds and a 15-year-old, and now we're sitting here wondering what's going to happen to these kids in our community. Why? Because of one word. Parents. Traffic sports, and nope, I'm too early. I haven't even taken my first break. See what y'all get me in? Y'all get me in trouble. So whose fault is that? It's Jason's fault. Because I can... Even Jason had to laugh at him. He was like, yeah, right. Okay. All right. I know. 192 is stupid.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Friday Night Lights officially lives here. 1017 The Truth is the proud home of Marquette University High School championship football. Be sure to tune in every Friday night at 7 p.m. as we bring you some of the best gridiron action in the area. Marquette Hilltoppers football is presented by Gruber Law Offices and sponsored by Capital Insurance Agency, Magic Productions, Annex Wealth Management, C.G. Schmidt, Left's Lucky Town, Boyle Frederickson Intellectual Property Law, and Marquette University High School.
The Wisconsin Black Chamber is hosting its third Thursday networking event featuring the pitch competition, September 19th at Elevate MKE, 1131 North Water, 5 to 9 p.m. Registration to compete in the pitch competition is done at the event. It starts at 5 p.m. for 15 minutes, so be on time if you want to be in that number of finalists that compete in December for the $10,000 first place prize. The audience chooses the winner at the monthly event, so ask your family and friends to come support you. Third Thursday is not just about the pitch competition, though. There's life-changing networking opportunities, games, prizes, and music by DJ L Boogie. There's no cost to attend our Third Thursday event or compete in the pitch competition, so don't miss out. Elevate MKE, September 19th, 5 to 9 p.m. Visit twbcc.com so you don't miss out on what we have going on.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. They're the window and door equivalent of hitting for the cycle. Pella manufactures all of their own products, and each one of those products gets tested thousands of times to ensure it stands the test of time. Quality craftsmanship and innovative design are built into every Pella product for timeless beauty and performance. Order by September 30th and get as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Black and Brown Runaround 5K is a diverse group dedicated to empowering others and overcoming obstacles. Their mission to bring unity to the Milwaukee's Black and Brown communities and support those in need. They partner with Lead to Change, a nonprofit that's changing lives by equipping young people with the tools they need to succeed in college, their careers, and the community, ensuring security and stability for all. Together, we can build a stronger, more united community. Black and Brown Runaround empowers everyone to be able to run the town.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. I just got a series of just strange and bizarre stories that just... So somebody help me with this, because we've been talking about corrections and all that. Who was that? Felix and Facts Matter and all that. Yeah, I got you. One of your first callers was talking about how the correction officer... Yep, I got it. So let me know what you think about this, okay? This one is especially for Facts Matter. Marcellus Williams, slated for execution again after St. Louis County judge rejects latest effort. So check this out. Marcellus Williams has been on death row since being convicted of a 1998 killing of Leisha Gale. He was scheduled to be executed on September 24th. Today is September 12th. Until he made a plea deal. Now, y'all tell me if this is right. With prosecutors to be resentenced to life without parole. The next day, The Missouri Supreme Court nullified that agreement and ordered a hearing on Williams' innocence claim. Now, a St. Louis County judge has rejected the plea deal, and the execution is back on. I don't know. Anyway, St. Louis Public Radio, according to them, Circuit Court Judge Bruce Hilton declined to throw out his conviction, clearing the way for the state to put the convicted prisoner to death. Well, is it his conviction or his sentencing? There's no basis for a court to find that Williams is innocent, and no court has made such a finding. He wrote in his opinion, Williams is guilty of first-degree murder and has been sentenced to death. Williams, who has always claimed his innocence, was scheduled to have the sentence redone on August 22nd when he would have entered a no-contest plea to first-degree murder in the 1998 death of Leisha Gale, based on a ruling on August 21st by St. Louis County Circuit Judge Bruce Hilton. The judge approved the plan, maintaining that Williams was innocent, but the plea acknowledged that the evidence was sufficient for a conviction. After Hilton approved the deal, Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey, knucklehead that he is, appealed right away, stating that Circuit Court did not have the authority to override a capital murder sentence. The Missouri Supreme Court agreed with Bailey, ordering the judge to set aside said consent order and judgment, and file notice with this court that you will take action, including holding the evidentiary hearing previously scheduled and anticipated. Well, previously, St. Louis County prosecuting attorney Wesley Bell asked the judge to vacate Williams' murder conviction based on DNA testing after discovered that other DNA was found on the knife that was used to kill Gale. A new DNA test report was released earlier this week, stating that the handling of the murder weapon years ago by a former assistant prosecutor and a former investigator in the case allegedly contaminated the evidence so much that it was of no value to Williams' case. Based on that report, prosecutors decided to reach an agreement with Williams. At Williams' original trial, prosecutors stated that he broke into Gale's home on August 11th, 1998, heard water running in the shower, found a large butcher knife. Gale was stabbed 43 times when she came downstairs. Her purse and her husband's laptop were taken. Gale was a white social worker who previously worked as a reporter for the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Maybe that's why all the drama's going on. I love how they waited till the end, which was great writing, by the way, to say that, by the way, she was a white social worker. So you can read the evidence and make your own conclusions, and it wasn't based on race. Okay. Although I don't know if I would have, not known race had a factor because his name is Marcellus. I'm just saying. But removing race from this, we have to start to take a look at the evidence is tainted. This needs to go to the appellate court or the Supreme Court. They need to get a writ as soon as possible. They need to file something to make sure that goes. Because what are your thoughts? 833-212-1017 is the number. After traffic, sports, and weather, I've got a story from South Carolina about their voucher program, and you'll be amazed what people are doing now. And, yeah. It's against us, but it's not by us.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Your drink, sir?
This virtual vacation is brought to you by Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport. For the full experience, visit flymke.com to explore our many nonstop destinations. With super convenient parking and low fares, flying from Milwaukee makes traveling so easy, it's like starting your vacation early. Fly easy, fly MKE.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Telly Hughes with his truth.
I want to stress the importance of a positive mindset. Everything begins as a thought before it ever becomes an action. So it's extremely important to purposely place yourself in positive spaces to help shape and nurture those thoughts. I know you're probably thinking, okay, Telly, let's be realistic. Look, I get it. You may work with people with bad energy, or you may even be related to people who are negative by nature. In this journey called life, there will be many things that come your way that's out of your control. But what you can control is how you respond. Understand this. You have the right to either tap in or tap out of whatever energy that may come your way. And that's how you can control and protect your positive spaces. The mind is where it all starts, and if your thoughts are centered around positivity, you'll see how things begin to transform. You'll see a noticeable difference between things happening for you versus things always happening to you. You begin to grow through situations as opposed to just going through tough situations. Make it a priority to surround yourself with positive people and create those positive spaces and begin to experience the fruits of what a positive mindset can produce. Trust me, it takes work to creating these spaces, and you have to be intentional about it. And I'm committed to putting in the work because I'm living proof that it's well worth the peace a positive mindset brings.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Disabled vehicle on northbound 4394, just north of National Avenue, has been cleared out of the way. There was an accident in the Marquette beyond that as well. We do have delays, pretty hefty ones, from Lincoln all the way up through the Marquette, up past Fond du Lac Avenue, and then more delays from North Avenue up to Locust. Southbound slowing down from just before North Avenue all the way down through the Marquette interchange onto 4394. Westbound 94, heavy out of the Marquette all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. More delays between Barker Road and Highway 164, so careful with that. We've got delays on southbound 894, basically out of the Zoo interchange all the way down towards National Avenue. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 66. Tomorrow, high clouds, filtered sunshine, a high of 78. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Stein. The Milwaukee Brewers fell to the San Francisco Giants in ugly fashion on Wednesday night, losing 13-2. Good news, however, the Brewers stay 8.5 games ahead of the Cubs in the race for the NL Central, and they open the day with a magic number of 8 to clinch the division. The Crew will look for the series win tonight. Game 3 is set for this evening. First pitch scheduled for 8:45. Over to the NFL, where the Green Bay Packers are currently prepping for their Week 2 matchup against the Indianapolis Colts, with quarterback Malik Willis set to make the start.
It's not like we're dealing with a rookie here that has no background. You know, a lot of these offenses do similar things. It's just how do you do them, when do you do them, who are you putting where. So we take that all into account.
As of now, the Packers have not officially ruled out quarterback Jordan Love. The sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. We're playing music from Mays and Frankie Beverly. Frankie Beverly passed away on yesterday, and we just thought we'd play a tribute, sort of like a Music Monday on Thursday, with Mays by Frankie Beverly. There's a story from Black Enterprise that talks about the South Carolina court overturned the voucher law for private school education. The governor warns of devastating consequences for low-income families. Under the law, families with an income of less than roughly $120,000 were allowed to receive vouchers up to $6,000 in a program initially designed to serve 5,000 students a year before it was increased to 15,000 who fell within the state's school-age population. Well, the Supreme Court of South Carolina has officially overturned a voucher law allowing that. According to the AP News, 3-2 ruling came down September 11th, yesterday, preventing using the Education Scholarship Trust Fund to pay tuition or fees. On the other hand, parents can use them for other private expenses to benefit their children's education, including tutoring, textbooks, and other educational resources. Under the law, we talked about that, $120,000. If you were under that, you got $6,000 to pay for school. They said that they're using public funds to provide a direct benefit to the private school. That is an idiotic ruling by Justice Gary Hill in his first major opinion. This guy's an idiot. Our General Assembly knew how to draft an amendment to present to the people that would allow public funding for private schools, but it didn't. He wrote that lawmakers responsible for amending the South Carolina Constitution in 1972 to guarantee the right to free public education for all children. The amendment occurred when South Carolina lawmakers worked for 2 decades to prevent black kids from attending school alongside white kids, even going as far as shutting down public schools as a whole. But on the contrary, Chief Justice John Kittredge, responsible for one of the opposing votes, argued that the voucher law ruling ignores the broad power of South Carolina's legislature to create policy. Well, that's actually their job. The literary style of the majority opinion may be appealing, but its underlying rationale is anathema to the rule of law. Judge Kittredge also argued that other state programs allow private money to be used to fund public education institutions, citing initiatives for pre-kindergarten programs like First Step, state lottery-funded scholarships for college. Isn't it amazing? We can use voucher programs. Watch this. We can use vouchers for college, but we can't use vouchers for K-12. So we use state money in the form of a scholarship to send you to a private school, but we won't spend state money to send you to a private K-12 school. How's that any different? How's that any different? I can get a state scholarship to go to a private school, but I can't get state scholarship to go to a private K-12 school. Okay. All right. I got it right. Following the ruling, the Republican state superintendent of education, Ellen Weaver, vowed to work diligently to get the Education Scholarship Trust funds back up and running. Families cried tears of joy when the scholarship funds became available for their children, and today's Supreme Court ruling brings those same family tears back to devastation. Supporters of the Education Scholarship Trust Fund law will be allowed to appeal the highest court's decision, and lawmakers have the option to place a constitutional amendment before voters to eliminate the constitutional provision in 2025 and beyond. The latter option has always been available. However, they hesitated to do so out of fear that a majority vote would be impossible. South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster, Republican, noted that the ruling may have devastating consequences for thousands of low-income families, and asserted that the state would ask the Supreme Court to reassess its latest ruling. So there's this assumption that all the kids are black, and they're not. It is South Carolina. And so one of the things we have to start to look at is if other parents with more money have choices where to send their children, if it's a bad school, then you should be able to decide where your kid goes. That's just me. I'm pro-choice and charter, and I'm pro-public school too. I think that you should be able to choose wherever you want to go. It's not public money. Just when I pay taxes, it's my money, so I should be able to dictate where that goes for the education of my child. And since I'm paying out more than I'm getting, I should actually sue to get the actual money that I should get in proportion to what I pay. So if I'm paying taxes into the public schools through my home ownership, and then you in turn send your kid to or I in turn send my kid to a private school, I should be able to take that money and send my kid where I want to send my kid, right? I should be able to use my money. Nope, once you pay it, it's our money. Okay. So we got school vouchers for college, but not school vouchers for K-12. Okay. All right. I say cancel it all.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Join the livest talk and text fan base in the country.
But I did want to give you guys props about how you represent the Republicans and the Democrats, because not a lot of the shows on the station do that, and I just want to say that I respect that, and that means a lot to everybody.
Keep texting, keep calling, keep being you, Truth Nation. Milwaukee Black Talk, 1017 The Truth.
How much I weigh is nobody's business, but Eric Hovde wants to make it his.
Republican candidate for United States Senate Eric Hovde says that overweight people should have to pay more for their health insurance.
Eric Hovde want us to pay more because we weigh more? How insulting is that?
Listen to Eric Hovde.
There should be consequences to those personal choices. Fine, you want to do that? Your health care is going to cost more.
Hovde would increase health care costs for 1 out of every 3 people in Wisconsin.
Eric Hovde is totally wrong. Who do he think he is?
Senator Tammy Baldwin has a different view. She's working to lower health care costs for Wisconsinites. Tammy Baldwin wrote the law that lets young people stay on their parents' health insurance until they're 26. And Tammy took on the big pharmaceutical companies to cap the cost of insulin and inhalers. Tammy Baldwin is the one who's working for us.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, candidate for Senate, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Tammy Baldwin for Senate.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as 1 business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Black and Brown Runaround 5K is a diverse group dedicated to empowering others and overcoming obstacles. Their mission to bring unity to the Milwaukee's Black and Brown communities and support those in need. They partner with Lead to Change, a nonprofit that's changing lives by equipping young people with the tools they need to succeed in college, their careers, and the community, ensuring security and stability for all. Together, we can build a stronger, more united community. Black and Brown Runaround empowers everyone to be able to run the town.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Hey, stream and watch us on YouTube live and on 1017thetruth.com. You can make your subscription matter by hitting the notification bell, and you won't miss not 1 minute of 11 hours of live. Is it 11? Yes, 11 hours of live entertainment. I can't count from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Anyway, so make sure you do that. And throughout the weekend and throughout the week, we'll be checking it out. And on the talk and text line and on the studio texter. So really, no matter what, we're going to be right here live for you. Sir John said, lighten up, Doc. Hey, hush. She hollered at me. I'm going to holler at her. And me and Sandra got it like that. So watch yourself. She cool. You ain't. Aramore said, any idea what caused the conflict to begin with? What conflict? Oh, the boys and the white? I don't know. But you can't make statements like, yo, conflict resolution. Well, why would you say that in a statement, conflict resolution? Unless you know that there's something going on, or one of the old men said something to the boys that you know, egged them on and made them say something and respond because you might have said something that was out of pocket. Again, we have no idea. Is there anything anybody can say to you that would cause you to beat somebody like that? I did such and such to your mother. I did such and such to your girlfriend. I did such and such to your kid. See, I know. A baby? Yeah, you got to disappear. Like, I know that about me already. So I don't really get all mad when people say, oh, y'all such this. Nah. Just turn around and walk away. But if you actually physically hurt a kid or say something to a kid that damages their psyche, yeah, you might disappear. I might not be the one to make you disappear. I might not be the one that pays to make you disappear. But you might disappear. Don't you think that would be appropriate? We don't do prison and pay the prosecution and an attorney and just disappear. It was like, well, Dr. Harris, I'm trying to sound like Sherwin. Well, Dr. Harris, you have to come in, and I don't know if you said those statements on the radio and that person disappeared. And I'm going to say, yep, I sure did. Here's how I made him disappear. I wished really, 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 really hard. And then me and Jason had a pinky swear. And that's how he disappeared. They would look at me like I'm some kind of fool. Like, fool. I'm telling you the truth. When I leave the studio today, I'm going to walk in and I'm going to lock pinkies with Jason. And we're going to have a pinky swear. And then that person going to disappear. I mean, that's about as dumb as anything else you can make up, right? Yeah, I know my limits. I know my limits. And yet another win for conservatives, the Fearless Fund, a venture capital firm lauded for supporting black women entrepreneurs, has scrapped its signature $20,000 Strivers Grant contest. According to Associated Press, the decision came as part of a settlement agreement after a lawsuit from the American Alliance for Equal Rights, spearheaded by conservative figure Ed Blum, alleges the program was discriminatory. Federal judge had already hit the brakes on the contest 2 months ago, ruling 2-1 that Blum's team would likely win their case. The argument, the Strivers Grant violated the Civil Rights Act by discriminating based on race. Blum had helped dismantle affirmative action in college admissions, chaired the settlement, claiming race-exclusive programs like the Fearless Funds are illegal and divisive. So white people won't give us their money, but black people got to give them theirs. Yeah. It's a race-exclusive program like the one offered by the Fearless Fund will be stopped and open to everyone regardless of their race. Yeah, we're going to find a way around that. Any more so than, yeah, we got to figure that one out. Yep, we got to figure that out. I get getting rid of the DEI, right? Let's go back to affirmative action where we at least have some equity and you got to do things above board. But, yeah. Like, what white people were harmed by this fund? What white people who didn't apply for the fund were hurt not getting money from the fund? Can y'all help me with that one? I don't think you can. I don't think you can. As usual. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Tori Lowe Show is coming up next. Also on YouTube. Are they live on the air or are they digital? They digital. See how people be hollering at me like I don't know my own show, like I don't know my own radio station. Half the time I don't, but anyway, that's not important. Jamming with Juice is gonna be on YouTube, so make sure you check them out. So here's what you do: turn your radio on to Tori Lowe, turn your phone on to YouTube for Jamming with Juice, and then you're done. And then you do your ADH thing like I do. You just go back and forth while you're doing something else, a third thing. See, it's easy. All right. Get it? Got it? Good. Appreciate you, Jason. God bless. Take care. I will see you in 22 hours, God willing. I'm out.